Welcome to Mancave Movies.
Welcome back, everybody, to Mancave Movies. It's nice to see you all here. This is a little mini video, not a long one today. It's just a mini pickup video. And, of course, we want to talk about the main man, Mr. John Rambo. I had the pleasure of watching this last night, so I'm going to show you the steelbook and all that good stuff. I have been a bit under the weather the last few days. I have a chest infection that has been going on for nearly a month now, and I'm on medication, and it's just horrific. But woe is me. I'm doing this video just to kind of say, hey, I've got some pickups. Some pretty nice ones, some really good deals. But, of course, we want to talk about the main one. And it is, of course, the Rambo First Blood Steelbook. Now, let me talk about this movie, okay? Now, as you can see inside the Steelbook, with the 4K disc and the Blu-ray with Brian Dennehy there in the background. I watched this last night again for the first time, and I actually believe the last time I watched this was VHS. So I haven't really watched the first one. I've seen 2, 3, and the remakes and the modern stuff. I forgot how good a movie it was. Such a great movie. And let me talk about the good and the bad when it comes to the 4K. I'm not doing a full review here. Just a couple of observations that I noticed. First of all, the good. The daytime shots, anything during the day, was beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. I loved it. I thought it looked great on my Sony 4K TV. I thought it looked great. Don't get me wrong, there's a little bit of grain in there, but it wasn't too much. The only time I really noticed the grain was a lot of the indoor scenes and a lot more of the night scenes. You could see the grain a lot more. I've just realised I've got my daughter's dancing sticker on, but I'm going to keep it on now. It's on there. The grain was noticeable, but it wasn't too bad. It didn't make me go, oh, I don't like that. The sound, here's my only thing. I would have loved if it was Dolby Atmos. It was the 5.1, and it still sounded great, don't get me wrong. The soundtrack to Rambo is amazing. But the movie, I forgot how good the performances are. Seeing some of the young actors in it, like David Caruso, seeing him in it, I was like so shocked. I forgot he was in it, actually. But Brian Dennehy plays a bad SOB.
Friendly advice. A haircut and take a bath. You wouldn't get hassled so much. Hope this ride helped you out.
And he really is a bad person. You know, John Rambo did nothing wrong. So, Sly does a really good job in the movie. He doesn't do a lot of dialogue. There's not a lot. I think, there must only be, 2 pages of dialogue. And then he's got that last scene at the end. Now, I just wanted to say this. When it comes to the bad, there was a really... I might slip it into the video now. And he does this terrible slide kick along the floor. Yeah, it was just one of those things. Some of it was pretty cheesy. But overall, it's a great 4K. One thing I will say... Working in the US and working on the job that I do, I work with veterans every week. So I meet a lot of Vietnam veterans, and it was another one of those movies that really opened up to me about the things that they go through, because I hear it from them every single week when I'm on a cruise ship, and the horror stories of what it was like. And to watch this movie, it was really, really true to that. You know, John Rambo was suffering through the whole movie. When you think on it, he was suffering from PTSD. And that was before it was actually diagnosed as something. So it was really interesting. But all in all, for the 4K and the Steelbook, so glad I've got it in the collection. I got this from Zavi. So I'm really happy I got it. I nearly went all out for the full collector's edition, but I thought, no, I'll just go with the Steelbook because I am holding out to get the full collector's for Highlander, which is one of my favourite movies of all time. Right, I'm going to go through some pickups. Got some deliveries from Amazon. This one was something I've been thinking about getting for a while now, for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. Never pulled the trigger until I watched Pete, Andy, and Rock God's stream the other night, and Rock God was saying that he had watched this movie, and he said it was pretty scary. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to take a punt, and I did, and it was Two Witches. Folks, this is a great little movie. Really good. He's not telling lies. There's jump scares galore. So many jump scares in this film. And I like the fact that it's done in 2 parts. Good movie, good storyline, really low budget, but great for what they did. Really good. So must watch for any Arrow fans, Arrow collectors. Two Witches is a 2 thumbs up for me. A really good movie. I really enjoyed that. Also, this one's a big one. I cannot wait to watch this. Haven't watched it yet. It is, of course, Pennywise, the story of it. This is the full documentary that comes with a poster inside. I got this from Amazon last week. Haven't watched it yet. So that's definitely on the watch list. Definitely looking forward to that. And another one which was recommended to me by many people, and the reason I really want to see it is I'm a big fan of this actor. Not only actor, comedian, everything that he does is brilliant. David Earl, if you remember, one of his greatest performances was in Derek with Ricky Gervais.
Vagina, uterus, cervix. These are a few of my favourite things. What else? Clitoris, cum and flaps. Beaver, labia, 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 labia. I'm walking down the street with a bag of dildos, perineum, and a butt plug.
And this is Brian and Charles. This has got rave reviews. So I really like the idea of watching this. I'm going to watch that. So I got that as well. And I got another movie because my wife told me the other day that she'd never seen this, and I was shocked. I was like, what? We are both musically, like, involved in music, in our jobs, in our lives. And I was like, you've never seen this film? She's like, no. I was like, wow, well, I'm going to get it. £6 on Amazon. It's The Commitments. Oh, this is a movie and a half, man. All the soundtrack, Chain of Fools, Mustang Sally, Try a Little Tenderness. Great movie, great story, loved it. Right, so that was that. Then today, this morning, we went to my daughter's dance recital, and basically we went to a charity shop, and bless the little lady, she just gave me these for all 3 of them. They were supposed to be 50 pence each, but she gave me all 3 for 50 pence. She was like, just give me 50 pence. I was like, wow, okay. Because I only had a fiver, and then I had like change, and I had 50 pence. She's like, just give me 50 pence. I was like, wow. So they're nothing to shout home about, but I don't actually have them on Blu-ray. And I quite like the idea of some of them. Now, this one's a little bit tattered, but it is, of course, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo with Daniel Craig and Rooney Mara. I quite like that film. I like this slipcover. It's Hancock with Will Smith. I like this this really embossed slipcover. The only thing I don't like is the fact that it sticks out at the top. I don't like that. That makes me like, nah. But for 50 all in, when you think on it, like 12.5 pence each. And then this one came with a slip, looked in really good nick. It is, of course, Angelina Jolie with a big sticker on her face. Salt for 50 pence. Great. I mean, I'm not going to say no. They're sitting there doing nothing. I've got a collection over here. I was like, I'm going to get it in. Next up, this morning, as well as going to charity shop, I went to CEX. I didn't go crazy as my usual self, but they didn't have too many great pickings. There was a couple of things I was thinking about getting, but I went ahead and double dipped on a movie. I have it on Blu-ray, and I thought, oh, the 4K is only £8. I was like, do I get it in 4K? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get it in 4K. And it's a bit of a divisive one because some people don't mind it, some people hate it. I'm in the in-between camp, and it is The Predator, the newer one with Boyd Holbrook, and Olivia Munn. I did not mind this, honestly. There was just too many jokes in it for me. That was the only thing. Too many like comedy parts, which I hate when they do that. I really do. Next up, another pickup this morning. Another movie. I'm picking ones that it's like, oh, people don't like this. This got terrible reviews. Again, I'm in the in-between camp. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. And it is 4K for £8. Tom Cruise in The Mummy. Listen, I get it was too dark. It wasn't what they're trying to build a franchise. I didn't mind it. I really didn't. It was a decent watch. I wasn't bored. but I get that it should have been better than what it was. Next up, another 4K. I have seen the movie of this, and I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I just thought it was average. But people keep telling me, Chris, you're doing it wrong. You need to watch the anime. And I like some anime. I do enjoy a bit of anime. I like watching a bit of, I'm really sad, Dragon Ball Z. I love watching some Tokyo Ghoul. I also like watching some One Piece, One Punch Man, all that kind of stuff. So I don't mind watching anime. And they're like, Chris, you need to get this. You need to watch this. And I was like, right, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to bite the bullet. It was there. It was 4K. It's got a nice slipcover. £18 though. And it is the classic that is Ghost in a Shell. I've heard nothing but great things about this movie. Saying it's like one of the greatest animes. So that's getting watched this week. I really want to watch that. And 2 more pickups. This one was a real gamble buy. I don't usually go for things like this, but I read about it and I went online and I thought, oh, this looks quite good. It's a SONY Asia movie and it's called The Swordsman. It's in Blu-ray. All about a guy who's been partially blinded in a fight. And then he goes away and tries to live a normal life. But then, of course, they come back to kind of get him and stuff. And it's got Joe Taslim from Mortal Kombat and The Raid in it, who I really enjoy as well. So there we are, The Swordsman for £8. And final pickup was another Arrow for the collection. One that I haven't seen yet. This one was £8. I'm just trying to see if the sticker's going to come off nice and easy. It does. It's an easy... I say it's easy, but it's not really. I don't have this, and I did like the synopsis of the film. And it is Arrow's Daniel Isn't Real. I got that for £8 as well. So as you can see, a nice good old Arrow collection. Love it. We're up to number 55 or 56 in Arrow now. I love it. So there we go, everybody. That was it. And before I finish, one small mini rant. It's a rant.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
I went to Scotland last weekend and I finally got round to watching the final part of Halloween. Halloween Ends. This movie has been absolutely tarnished by everybody saying it was the worst, it was terrible, it was this, it was that, it was this, it was that. So I said to my dad, I said, well, I'm going to give this my full attention. So I decided to watch the other 2 first to get me ready for it. Before I go any further, the first one of the remakes by Brian Gordon Green, I think it is, or David Gordon Green. The first one's brilliant. I absolutely hated Halloween Kills. I did not like the second one, the mob mentality and stuff. It was just too much, and it was, I don't know, I just didn't like it at all. There was not one thing I enjoyed about that movie. So then I was getting ready for Halloween Ends. I'm like, oh my God. And my brother's like, if you hated that, you're going to hate this even more. I didn't hate it. Honestly, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. It's one of those ones, it's another straight down the middle, 6.5 out of 10 film. I get what they were doing with it. For me, it was very reminiscent of a Season of the Witch Halloween 3 moment, which I didn't mind. Because there's only so many times that Michael can defend himself on this same night with these same people. So I like the fact of the time jump. I like that. I like the stuff of the other storyline going on. No spoilers. The other storyline I really enjoyed. And I loved the battle at the end as well. The battle with Laurie and Michael was brilliant. Yeah, there was a lot of holes in the plot. And there was a lot of stuff that I didn't like. But I didn't hate it. I hated Halloween. If I was to rate the movies, I would give the first of the remakes an 8 out of 10. I would give Halloween Kills a 4. And I would give Halloween Ends a 6, 6.5. That's my honest opinion. So there we go. I wanted to get the rant done because people have been dissing it so much. And I thought, this is what happens though. Sometimes when films get dissed so much, I go in with the thought of, I'm going to hate this, and I end up coming out enjoying it. So sometimes it works really in my favour if people hate it so much. So There we go. Thank you so much, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you all in the next two, the not too distant future. I'm hoping to come back to doing streaming soon. I'm still not 100%, but I wanted to record this little video while I was sitting about my house this afternoon. All right, peace and love and all that good stuff. I'll see you soon. Bye.